जय राधा मदन मोहन ललिता देवी, जय राधा मदन मोहन ललिता देवी। जय गिरिराज महाराज, जय गिरिराज महाराज, जय गिरिराज महाराज, जय गिरिराज महाराज। जय निताय गौरांग, जय निताय गौरांग, जय निताय गौरांग, जय गौर हरि। प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस सभाई चरण अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So today we'll be reading from Canto 10, Chapter 33, text number 25, chapter entitled The Rasa Dance. Evam shashankanshu virajita nishaha sasatyakamo nurata balaganaha Sisheva atmanyavaruddha saurataha Sarva sharat kavya katharasashrayaha Evam shashankanshu virajita nishaha Sasatyakamo nurata balaganaha Sisheva atmanyavaruddha saurataha Sarva sharat kavya katharasashrayaha एवं शशांकांशु विराजिता निशाः ससत्यकामोऽनुरता बलागणः शिशेव आत्मन्यवरुद्धसौरतः सर्वा शरत्काव्यकथारसाश्रयाः एवं शशांकांशु विराजिता निशाः ससत्यकामोऽनुरता बलागणः शिशेव आत्मन्यवरुद्धसौरतः सर्वा कथारसाश्रया एवं शशांकांशु विराजिता निशाः ससत्यकामोऽनुरता बलागणः शिशेव आत्मन्यवरुद्धसौरतः सर्वा शरत्काव्यकथारसाश्रया। माताजी। एवं शशांकांशु विराजिता निशाः ससत्यकामोऽनुरता बलागणः शिशेव आत्मन्यवरुद्धसौरतः सर्वा शरत्काव्यकथारसाश्रयाः एवं शशांकांशु विराजिता निशाः ससत्यकामोऽनुरता बलागणः शिशेव आत्मन्यवरुद्धसौरतः सर्वा शरत्काव्यकथारसाश्रयाः एवं in this manner Shashanka of the moon, Amshu by the rays, Virajitaha made brilliant, Nishaha the nights, Saha he, Satyakamaha whose desires are always fulfilled, Anurata constantly attached to him, Abalaganaha his many girlfriends, Sisheve he utilized, Atmani within himself, Avaruddha reserved, Saurataha conjugal feelings, Sarvaha all the nights, Sharat of the autumn, Kavya poetic, Katha of narrations, Rasa of the transcendental moods, Ashraya the repositories. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. Although the Gopis were firmly attached to Lord Krishna, whose desires are always fulfilled, the Lord was not internally affected by any mundane lusty desire. Still, to perform his pastimes, the Lord took advantage of all those moonlight autumn nights. Means he was affected by transcendental lusty desire, not the mundane lusty desire. Still, to perform his pastimes, the Lord took advantage of those moonlit autumn nights which inspire poetic descriptions of transcendental affairs. Purport. It is difficult to translate into English the word rasa, which indicates the spiritual bliss derived from one's loving relationship with Lord Krishna. In Sanskrit it is called rasyate iti rasaha. That can be tasted, that could be relished, is called as rasa. That which flows and that which gives relish over the upon when it comes in contact with the tongue. That is that is the rasa that one generally understands. But this rasa is a taste that one receives through interactions, through service, through reciprocation from Krishna in a particular mood, when accompanied by things that trigger Krishna's memory, things that cause the devotee to express his feelings in certain way, things that manifest on his body in certain way. When all these things are mixed together, it creates a rasa. That bliss is experienced in the midst of spiritual pastimes with Lord and his devotees. Srila Vishwanath Thakur explains that great Vaishnava poets like Vyasadev, Parashara Muni, Jayadev Goswami, Leela Shukha, that means Bilva Mangal Thakur, Govardhanacharya, and Srila Rupa Goswami. You must be wondering who is Govardhanacharya. He is one of the poets who wrote about, before Chakravarti Pad, he wrote about Krishna's pastimes with the Gopis. There is one book also he has written, I forgot the name. And Srila Rupa Goswami have tried in their poetry to describe the conjugal affairs of the Lord. These descriptions are never complete, however. Since the Lord's pastimes are unlimited, it's not their fault that they could not describe it completely, because it could not be described completely. By nature, even Krishna cannot describe his pastimes completely. Even he says to Arjuna, I don't know what happens to my mind when I even think of Rasa pastimes with Gopis. So even he cannot describe it completely. Then what to speak of devotees? In fact, devotees can describe more than what Krishna can describe. And still it is not complete. These descriptions are never complete, however, since Lord's pastimes are unlimited. Thus the attempt to glorify such pastimes is still going on and will go on forever. Agar complete ho gaya, to fir bachega kya fir? So if it could be completed, then what remains? So therefore it is never complete. Always next Acharya will find out some more rasa, and next Acharya will find out some more rasa. It will go on forever. Yes. Lord Krishna arranged an extraordinary season of beautiful autumn nights to enhance his loving affairs. And those autumn nights have inspired transcendental poets since time immemorial. So, for everything, Krishna's one of the 64 qualities is Desha Kala Supatradnya. Krishna knows how to perform pastimes considering Desh, which is Vrindavan here, best of the places. And Kala, like this pastime cannot be performed in the broad daylight when everybody is watching. It has to be performed when there is dark and there is moonlight and entire of Vraja is not aware that Gopis and Krishna are in the forest. So Kala, Desha Kala, Supatra, and Gopa Jati Krishna Gopi Preyasi Tahar Devi va Anyastri Krishna Nakare Angikar. So because Krishna is Gopa Jati, his loving exchanges are conjugal loving exchanges happen with Gopi clan, within clan only. Yes. Even if somebody comes from heavenly planets, Devi, or even from Vaikuntha, va anyastri, Krishna na kare angikar. What is the vivid example of that? Lakshmi Devi performed austerities to serve Krishna, to have Krishna's association, but she could not find it because she did not follow the footsteps of Brajvasis, especially Gopis. And Any other example where they tried but they could not have conjugal affection, conjugal dealings with Krishna? Okay, Lord Shiva. Okay. Okay, yeah, he wanted to follow the footsteps of Gopis, but yeah, and he was given a service. He took bath in Man Sarovar and came out as Gopishwar. That means Ishwar who became a Gopi and given a task to guard the Rasa Mandal. Yeah, yeah. Huh? Narad Muni also Naradiya Gopi. Yeah. But these are some tatkalik forms. These are not the permanent forms in which they serve Krishna. These are just a glimpse given to Shivji or Narad Muni, to have a particular, you can say, glimpse of what it is like to serve Krishna in conjugal mood of Gopis. Brahmana Patnis, yes. Brahmana Patnis, there, Brahmanis, Krishna tells them, you wait till you perfect your love, and then you will get Gopi's body in your next life. And then you can associate with me. And one Brahmana Patni immediately gave up her life and she attained Gopi's form immediately in a Prakat Vrindavan, unmanifest Vrindavan. And therefore she could directly serve Krishna from that day onwards only. Okay? Just give me a moment. I'm just doing some setting on my... All right. So, today we are going to discuss what is Vrajvasi's mood. What is so special about Vrajvasi's mood that makes it unique compared to other ways of worshipping Krishna. Okay? Other ways means the way Krishna is worshipped outside Vraja, even with Shuddha Bhakti, and the way Krishna is worshipped inside Vraja with Shuddha Bhakti, of course with Shuddha Bhakti. So within that too Shuddha Bhakti also there is difference, which is pointed out by Kaviraj Goswami, which will deal when that point comes. One is called as Aishwarya Mishra Bhakti and other is called Kevala Bhakti. So we'll see now. What are the different aspects and unique features of Vraj Bhakti? Okay. First feature is relationship is all that matters. Okay. So, Vrajavasis love Krishna not because he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, not because he is Shadaishwarya Pradhan, Shadaishwarya Purna Bhagavan, not because he has, not even because he is very beautiful, not because he is very powerful also. Forget about his being Supreme Personality of Godhead, not because of his opulences, not because of his greatness, not because of his beauty also. Although Krishna and Krishna's beauty are not different, but yet Vrajvasis don't worship Krishna because Krishna is beautiful. Okay? This is spoken by Radharani herself in one verse. So she says it doesn't matter whether Krishna is beautiful or not beautiful. I just love Krishna, that's all. So why they love Krishna? If Krishna is, it doesn't matter if whether he is beautiful or powerful or opulent or famous. Why do they love Krishna? Huh? Why do they love Krishna? They don't know, but we should know. Huh? Krishna is the shelter, yes, that is, you can say a philosophical answer, because Krishna is the shelter of all, therefore naturally, and somebody says because you said, right, they are his Shaktis, therefore they love him. So that's a natural, and I think Ajit Mukund Prabhu said Swabhav, right, is also a very correct answer. Interestingly, this word Swabhav is used by Rupa Goswami in Ujjwal Nilamani to describe Vrajvasi's love. And outside Vrajvasis, anybody has pure love for Krishna, he used the technical term Nisarga, not Swabhav. But only for Vrajvasis he uses the word Swabhav, which is very interesting that Ajit Mukund Prabhu used that word Swabhav. But in a very specific sense this word is used. So that is from the point of view of the receiver. All of you got explained from the point of view of receiver. What about the object, Krishna? Why do they love Krishna? Most of the answers were from the point of view of Gopis. Because Gopis have that Swabhav. Because Gopis are Krishna's Shakti. Because I think Leela Kirtan Prabhu's answer was more like about the object, that he is shelter. But that is like more philosophical. But more personal answer, what it could be, yes. Because Krishna loves Gopis. Therefore Gopis love Krishna. Okay, fine. But that is also, that reason is not, that is behind the scene reason. That is true. Krishna wants them that way, and therefore they love Krishna that way. But this is behind the scene. This doesn't come on the foreground. It's a very simple answer. Don't have to think a lot, but yes. Okay, fine. This is very close. As Prabhuji explained, Vaibhav Prabhu, that because they feel Krishna as their own and they cannot reason out, therefore the answer is they love Krishna because he is Krishna. Huh? No one is more than Krishna. They don't think like that. We think like that. We should worship Krishna because Krishna is asamurtva. Nobody is greater than Krishna. Therefore a sadhaka decides to serve Krishna because nobody is more than Krishna. But in case of Brajvasis and Gopis, they love Krishna because he is Krishna. Does that answer your, curiosity why he loves Krishna? Very, very simple thing. Yeah, you are saying? That comes later. Yeah. So our acharyas explain. There is no expectation. There is no reason. They just, it's Krishna. He's our own because he is Krishna. Therefore they love. Yeah. As Madhaji also rightly said. Yes. Krishna's position is also naturally attracting everyone. This is also very nice, reason that his name is Krishna. That means Akarshayati. Just like the Jiva's natural position is to love Krishna, Krishna's natural position is to attract the love of others. Yes? And therefore naturally Gopis love Krishna because he is Krishna. He attracts everybody, naturally. Okay. Despite whether he uses his beauty to attract, doesn't matter. Whether he uses his opulence to attract, doesn't matter. He just attracts, that's all. He is Krishna. Yeah. So, very nice, reasoning that all of you have given. So, therefore, Kaviraj Goswami writes, you can repeat after me, Kevalara Shuddha Prema ऐश्वर्य न जाने ऐश्वर्य देखी ले ओ निज संबंध से माने. So Kevala, Brajvasi's love is called as Kevala type love for Krishna, which Aishwarya na jane, they don't know Aishwarya. They don't know that Krishna is Supreme Lord. They don't know that He is Shadaishwarya Purna Bhagavan. What do they know then? Nija Sambandha se jane. Even when they see opulence, Nija Sambandha. Mora Putra, Mora Sakha, Mora Pranapati. Yashodamaya considers Mora Putra, my son. We'll come to that later, particular pastimes. But right now, we will see that Mora Putra, even when he is holding Govardhan hill, Yashodamaya thinks that, oh, like, what are these elder Gopas and other Brajvasis? They are so selfish. They are allowing Krishna alone to hold the Govardhan hill. And she thinks that all the people are drinking the nectar from the face of my son. Because everybody is constantly watching Krishna's face. So everybody is watching Krishna's face and they are drinking from Krishna's nectar-like face. And because of that, what will happen? My son will grow weak, she thinks. Because there is constantly pumping out of water, so what she does, every half an hour she feeds something to Krishna. Maybe she cooks on some chula, and every half an hour she feeds some sweet to Krishna, thinking that he requires some replenishment, refreshment. So, Mora Putra, Mora Sakha. And the friends consider that Krishna is our friend. Mora Pranapati, and Gopis considered he is the master of our lives. Mora Pranapati. So, Yashoda Maiya's another example is Mrud Bhakshana Lila, where she is feeding milk to Krishna, and 2 times this Krishna shows Vishwarup. First time she was feeding milk to Krishna. Krishna was little even younger that time. And that time suddenly she saw in Krishna's mouth the Vishwarup. This is first time Krishna showed Vishwarup to her. And she felt like, what happened? Like, is there she didn't think that, oh, my son is God. She thought that, is there some ghost which is haunting my son? Or is there any evil planet? She is thinking of welfare of Krishna. Because mothers naturally think of welfare of the child. If something, when that Narottam Das Thakur comes after bathing in Padma river, his body is full golden. And what does his mother think? What happened? Is he affected by some disease? She is thinking. Because they don't consider it from the point of view that now he has the color of Lord Gauranga. She is thinking that, oh, is he well? Something happened to him? Like that. And second time when she sees, this is during Mrud Bhakshan Leela, all the Gopas complained about Krishna eating dirt and eating mud. And Yashoda Maya tells him to open his mouth, and she sees all the different planets along with mountains and rivers and the Panchamahabhutas and the demigods and all the living beings along with their karma and swabhav and vasana. Everything packaged together. And then she thinks, first of all, am I dreaming? What do you do when you want to make sure? You pinch yourself, right? Yeah. Am I dreaming? No, I am not dreaming. Then is it some maya of demigods? Then she thinks that I am just ordinary coward woman. Why would demigods bother to put me in illusion? Like that she thinks. And then she thinks maybe some outpattik power, that means power which some people have some power since birth. Yeah, and in early childhood, also you can see that, oh, they memorize verses very quickly, they understand the patterns very quickly, they learn instruments very quickly. Yeah, so maybe some outpattik yoga. Mamarbhakasya. Maybe my baby child has some mystic power since birth. That's what she thinks. But she doesn't think that he is God. Okay, so that is Yashoda Maiya's disposition towards Krishna, even when she sees Krishna's opulence. Now let's see about the friends. This is also very interesting, very nice. So Krishna challenges Sridama to fight, to wrestle. And then Sridama says that, what is the use? Don't you learn lessons? You are challenging me to fight. Yesterday you challenged me to fight and you were defeated. Everybody saw. Oh, you didn't last till 15th rounds also. And in boxing they go till round 15, right? Something like that. I don't know. So you didn't last even for one round. And you think that you can defeat me? Sridama has been victorious in the past, victorious in the present, and victorious in the future. And you cannot change the destiny. Just accept it. So Krishna said, how come you are so boastful? Didn't you know that I killed Putana? Don't you know my track record? My previous fights? I killed Putana when I was 6 days old. So Sridama says, you are very kind of, narcissist. Narcissist is the person who thinks that whatever I do is best. Has a lot of ego. And he says that it is because of the Brahmanas chanting mantra, therefore Putana died. You could not even open your eyes when Putana came. And then Krishna says, okay, I also don't remember what happened when I was 6 days old. But let's say later when all of you saw that I killed Bakasur. So Sridama said, any of us could have killed Bakasur. We just wanted to give you credit. Yeah, because you always lose everywhere. So therefore we wanted to give you credit, at least win here. So that you will feel happy about yourself. Therefore we allowed you to fight with Bakasur. Then Krishna says, what about Aghasur? All of you saw that I killed all of you know that I killed Aghasur. You went to your homes and told your parents that I killed Aghasur. So Sridama said, actually we gave you a benefit of doubt. Yeah. Actually we also don't know who killed. All of us were unconscious. Any one of us could have killed. All of us went inside his mouth. All of us were unconscious. How come you claim that you killed? We are just giving a benefit of doubt to you. And then he says, finally, Krishna takes out his trump card. He says that, what about lifting Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights? That all of you saw. You were not unconscious that time. You saw it with your own eyes for 7 days. What about that? So Sridama says that Govardhan hill is devotee of Vishnu. And all the Vrajvasis are Vaishnavas. In their altar, whom they worship, all the Vrajvasis, who do they worship? Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayan, they worship in their altar. And because of that, Lord Narayan was very pleased, and Govardhan as a Vaishnava was very pleased with Vrajvasis, and he himself lifted himself in the sky to protect the Vrajvasis. And you were just nimitta matra bhava savya sachin, you are just a nimitta for that. So Then Sridama says, you know Krishna, the only activity in which you can defeat me is in eating. He says, that's the best thing you can do, defeat others in eating. But wrestling is not your field. You should try some other hobby. And then he says, what to speak of me? Even Stoka Krishna, whom I defeat, can also defeat you. Yeah. And only person you can defeat is Subal, who is Abalanga. It's a play of word. Abalanga means very weak, and another meaning Abalanga is who is like a girl. And therefore you can defeat Subal because he is like a girl. Therefore you can defeat him. And that too by cheating, not by regular rules and regulations. So like that there is exchanges. And this whole conversation is narrated by Chandan Kala Gopi to Radharani in Barsana. Yeah? In Yavat actually. And then Radharani becomes ecstatic hearing Krishna's loving exchanges with Sridama. Right? And then he concludes, and she thinks that, oh, very good, like Krishna is surrounded by very powerful friends, so that he will be protected in the forest. She is thinking for her point of view, Krishna's protection point of view. She doesn't care whether Krishna wins with the sakhas or loses with the sakhas. She cares that he is surrounded by some, good, healthy sakhas who will protect him in the forest. So this is, that's naturally now we come to, how does Radharani think about Krishna? She thinks that because of my prayers, Govardhan has become light. And therefore Krishna is able to carry him. So she prays to Govardhan hill. Aye tato Govardhana prarthayeyam prarthaye aham vapu sthulanali lagishtam vidheyam bhavantam yatha dharayannesha haste nadatte shramam mangalatman namaste. She says, Aye Govardhana, Aye Tata. Tata means friend, or Are mere baap. Are baap Govardhan. मेरी यही प्रार्थना है आपको. वपु स्थूल नाली लगिष्टम विदेयम. Make your body as light as spinach leaf. Spinach माने पालक का एक पत्ता कितना हल्का होता है, उतना अपने आप को हल्का बनाओ. क्योंकि आप अभी इतने भारी हो, पहले ही आप पर्वत हो इसलिए भारी हो, ऊपर से आपके वजन जितना आपको खिलाया हमने आपको, तो इसलिए और भी भारी हो गए आप. You became twice as heavy because we fed you as much as your weight. Because this Govardhan lifting pastime happened after that Govardhan puja and parikrama. So therefore you will become even more heavy for bhavantam yatha dharayan esha. This Krishna, haste, nadatte shramam. Make yourself so light that Krishna feels no trouble or heaviness, or he doesn't have any tiring experience. He is not tired by lifting you up. Like that she thinks. And the other gopis believe, yes, because Radharani is praying like that, Govardhan is listening to her prayers. It's power of her prayer that is keeping the Govardhan on top. Okay? Anyways, so this we considered the first characteristics of Vraja Bhakti is relationship is all that matters. Okay? This relationship with Krishna. Not whether Krishna is all opulent or all powerful, but he is Krishna. That's the reason Brajvasis love Krishna. Second, they have natural thirst for Krishna. As Ajit Pugand Prabhu was saying, Swabhava, which is a natural thirst they have for Krishna, which leads to natural absorption in Krishna. Ishte gada trishna rager swarupa lakshana, ishte avishtata e tatastha lakshana. God Krishna, intense thirst for Krishna, thirsting after Krishna, which is which kind of is a unique characteristic of Vraj Bhakti, which leads to intense absorption. So we have Yashoda Maiya's example of absorption. Yani yani ha gitani tadbalata charitani cha Dadhi nirmanthane kale smaranti anyagayata. And she was churning the butter, churning the yogurt. Yani yani ha gitani. Till now, whatever pastimes Krishna performed, like killing of Trunavarta, killing of Putana and Shakatasur. Before Damodar Lila, these few pastimes took place. And maybe the Namkaran of Krishna by Gargacharya, right? These are some pastimes that took place before, and maybe the Ringana Lila, the crawling pastimes of Krishna. So all these pastimes, she would compose her songs or get them composed by some poets in Vrindavan, and then singing on different ragas, she would churn the yogurt and remain absorbed in thinking of Krishna. And Gopas are so absorbed in Krishna that hardly they can sleep at night. When one night before, when they say goodbye to Krishna, whole night almost they are waiting for next day to arise quickly, so that, and how they are woken up next day? By Krishna's bugle. They are woken up. That is their morning alarm. And they wake up with ecstasy. Like, that bugle sound, they wake up with ecstasy. They don't have to press the snooze button. Like, okay, now after 10 minutes. Immediately get up. Yeah. Freshen up quickly and run towards Krishna. And Gopis are also so much absorbed in Krishna's thoughts that one time, I will narrate one little pastime where Krishna and Radharani decide to meet in one particular kunja, and Radharani arrives first at that place, and she decides that since Krishna has not come yet, let me play some mischief upon Krishna. So she hides in nearby kunja and she tells the Sakhis that, see, Krishna is coming, tell him that I haven't come. And the Sakhis. So Krishna comes and he sees all the Sakhis and say that, where is Radharani? We decided to meet here. So Sakhis say, oh, today it's very difficult for her to come because her mother-in-law saw that she is churning yogurt without putting yogurt into the container. She is just churning the air. And she became very angry. And she said that today you won't go outside even to worship sun god. You stay home only. So no going out today. So she cannot come. So Krishna says, oh, this is, but is there any possibility, all of you Sakhis, why didn't you convince her otherwise? With some your trickery and other things. Why didn't you give her feet massage to Jatila so that she can go to sleep? Like that, these yoga trainers do, feet relax, head relax, and they go to sleep. So why didn't you do that? So the Sakhis said, no, no, we tried everything, but it's not happening. You just go home now. So Krishna says, no, 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 I can't go home. I have to meet her today. So, you are saying she is not here, are you sure? Because I smell her fragrance. So Sakhis say, we are always with her. So her fragrance sometimes rubs on her, rubs on us. So therefore, while folding her clothes and other things, her fragrance is transmitted to her clothes, and from her clothes it is transmitted to us, and therefore we also smell as sweet as her sometimes. So he says, is there no other solution? So the Sakhis say, yes, there is one solution. Maybe if you chant her names loudly, then hearing your desperation, maybe God will fulfill your desire. Yeah? Maybe Devata will fulfill your desire. When they will see you desperate. So then he chants Radharani's name, O Radharani, O Vrishabhanu Nandini, O Kirti Kumari, like that. And he chants for around an hour, and yet Radharani is not manifesting. So Krishna says, what is happening? Like I chanted, but nothing is happening. So Sakhis say, maybe you are chanting Nama Aparadh. Maybe you committed some Nam Aparadh, like we have 10 Nam Aparadhs also. One of them is to consider Radharani equal to or independent of Chandramauli and other Sakhis. So maybe you should consider her to be the topmost and then chant her names. Yeah? And then Krishna chants her names, and then again they count other namaprads. And finally Krishna closes his eyes, and Sakhis say, maybe the individual japa doesn't have power, let's do Sankirtan. All of us together chant, maybe she will manifest. Then all of them together chant Radharani's name. And Radharani is in the next kunja, so she thinks that, okay, enough of the prank. So let me manifest. Let me go in front of Krishna. So she manifests in front of Krishna. And then Krishna suddenly he feels some fragrance and some light inside the kunja. And he opens his eyes and he sees Radharani. And he thinks that, yes, it really works. He thanks all the Sakhis. Yes, next time if something like that happens, I will chant loudly with all of you. So like that, there is nice pastime where Krishna is absorbed in thoughts of Radharani and Radharani is absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Okay, by the way, there is one shloka also which says that sometimes Radharani puts some grains into the ukhal, the mortar, and thinking that this is yogurt, she starts churning it. And sometimes she takes the milk or yogurt inside the pot, the matki, and she thinks that this might be the grain which need to be, or the masala which needs to be, powdered, pulverized. So, of course, not to be tried at home. We should take all the precaution to make everything perfect for Radha Krishna's service. Yeah? Because in their case it is Yog Maya who arranges everything to be perfect. Even if they forget to put collyrium in one eye and go to the place, yet Yog Maya arranges that when they arrive at the spot, both of their eyes have collyrium. Yeah? And even if it is not, Krishna takes it as an opportunity to serve the gopis. Like if you go to Ajnok, it's a place near Barsana, which is the place of Indu Lekha Sakhi, and where Radharani rushes to that place, Ajnok, where there is rendezvous, and uh, and she forgets to put collyrium in one eye. So what Krishna finds one black stone, and just by the touch of his finger, the stone melts, and it becomes like a collyrium, and he picks it up and applies to eyes of Radharani. So that is called as Anjanashila. So if you visit Ajnok, happen to visit Ajnok, please do visit this place. I think, yeah. So, anyways, so we'll go to the next verse. Next characteristics actually, which is Vrajvasis in Vraja Bhakti, they keep everything low key. Low key means they don't make a big advertisement of things. That means even although the trees of Vraja are all Kalpavruksha trees, what do the Vrajvasis ask from them? They can give anything and everything. What do they ask from Kalpavruksha trees? Only some flowers and fruits, which any tree can give. Yes. Although the cows are all Kamadhenu cows, what do the Vrajavasis ask from the cows? Only the milk, which any cow can give. And although the stones or the bhumi of Vraja is made up of Chintamani, what do the devotees of Vraja do with it, with those stones, Chintamani stones? What do they ask from it? Nothing. They just turn them into jewelry and wear them around their ankles and the bracelets. So they keep everything low key. Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba don't think that we are eternal, we have the eternal forms of being mother and father of Krishna. They think that because we performed Ekadashi for 2 years, we have the opportunity to be parents of Krishna or have a son like Krishna this life. That's what they think. But we don't know about what will happen next life. Although they are eternal Nityasiddha parents of Krishna, they don't think that we are eternal parents of Krishna. They think that we are parents of Krishna for this life. Because we perform Ekadashi Vrat, Lord Vishnu is pleased with us and given us child like Krishna. That's what they think. Radharani, who is the Mool Prakriti, who is the Ladini Shakti of Krishna, what does she think? She thinks that my youth is going to stay for a few years. So let me use the best today to please Krishna. That's what she thinks. She doesn't think that I am eternal, although she is Nitya Kishori, eternally fresh youth, and Krishna is Nitya Kishore. She thinks that maybe this youth will one day be not there. Who knows? Time factor. So let me use today itself to give all pleasure to Krishna. So that's what Radharani thinks. That's what Yashodamaya Nanda Maharaj think. That the time is scarce resource and we have very little time to please Krishna. So why this happens? Why do they think like that? Why do they not? Why are they not aware that they are eternal, and they are eternally there, will be there with Krishna. Huh? By Yoga Maya, but why? How does it help in pastime? Laulyam means intensity, exactly. When you have unlimited love and unlimited time, maybe that love could be dispersed. But when you have unlimited love in a limited time frame, then that love becomes even more infinite, effect wise. Yeah. So think of something like, suppose you are always staying in Vrindavan. The mind may take it little lightly. हाँ, कल भी जगना है तो वृंदावन में ही जगना है, एक साल बाद भी वृंदावन में ही रहने वाले हैं. Mind may take it lightly. But suppose you get to go to Vrindavan once in a year for some days, then how do you treat your Vrindavan yatra? अरे 10 दिन के बाद वापस जाना है, तो ये 10 दिन में जितना कर सकते हैं अच्छा उतना करेंगे. So your intensity, our intensity naturally increases, right? When we think like that. मान लो वृंदावन में घर ही खरीद लिया और वहीं पे रह रहे हैं, तो बोले यहीं पे तो रहना है. So one may not be so intense, but when one knows that I am speaking from the advantage point of view, very few days I have to be there, then the intensity increases. So another aspect of Vraja is that Yogamaya protects all the secrets in Vrindavan. Yogamaya protects all the secrets. Yeah, Yogamaya protects the Gopis' love for Krishna from all the elders. Okay, Yogamaya protects Gopis meeting with Krishna from all the in-laws. Yogamaya protects Krishna's pastimes from like particular knowledge is given to particular devotees. Particular sweetness of Krishna is revealed to particular devotees so that the pastime is preserved. For example, like the trees and other things, the trees and the birds and the creepers in Vrindavan, although they are all fully conscious, yet when Radha Krishna are performing their loving pastimes, the trees maintain the consciousness of a tree only, not that of a human. Get in the point? And the birds maintain the consciousness of birds only. Although transcendental birds, but birds only. Although transcendental trees, but trees only. Now why does it happen? Not you, you know the answer. Why does it happen like that? Huh? Yeah, Leela Shakti, but why this? Why trees behave like trees and birds behave like birds and not like human like consciousness, but birds consciousness, and birds consciousness doesn't mean mundane birds consciousness, but in transcendental world also they retain the spiritual birds consciousness, birds identity. Like parrot knows that I am a parrot. You see, tree knows that I am a tree. Okay, why does it take place like that? Yes. That is one reason. Variety gives pleasure, but how does it help in preserving the pastime? To please the Lord. Okay, so tree pleases the Lord by providing fruits and flowers. But what is the harm if the tree has the consciousness, human-like consciousness of knowing everything what Radha Krishna are doing? Okay. Right. That is perfect. That is what our Chakravarti Pada explains. That Radha Krishna will feel very awkward if the trees have human consciousness around them, or the birds have human-like consciousness, yeah, like somebody is watching us, they will feel very awkward. So therefore, birds, trees have the birds, trees consciousness only. Yeah, just like in a Nara Lila, when not in today's case, girl and a boy will feel awkward if other human beings are around, like, not in today's case, because in today it is not even like human interaction, it is like animal interaction. Animals don't care. Yeah, like the monkeys don't care somebody is watching. Yeah, but those who are actually humans, they care, right? So, so they will feel awkward. Therefore, the birds have birds consciousness, trees have trees consciousness, earth has earth's consciousness. Yeah, okay. So this is another aspect, that Yogamaya protects preserves all the aspects by which the rasa is fully experienced by devotees. Alright, Yogamaya protects the gopis from being even seen by their husbands, so-called husbands. The gopis' real form is not even seen by their husbands. Only their pseudo form generated by Yogamaya, that hologram form, is seen by their husbands. Also, there are some misunderstandings that could be clarified. Our acharyas, they clarify here, just so that we understand the rasa perfectly. So the gopis have spiritual forms to be enjoyed only by Krishna. Their services are received only by Krishna. Their husbands don't even see their real form. Yeah, what to speak of touching? They can't even see their real forms. And their husbands, so-called husbands, are playing a role of enhancing the pastime of gopis with Krishna. Yeah, without knowing that they are playing the role. Their so-called in-laws are playing the role without knowing that they are playing the role. Get the point? Now, if they know that they are playing the role, then there is no fun. Getting the point? So they are playing the role without knowing that they are playing the role to be an enhancer of the pastime. So do these in-laws have hatred for Krishna? Like Shishupal has hatred for Krishna? Like these in-laws are antagonistic in characters in Krishna Lila, but are they antagonistic like Shishupal, or with different sense? What does your intuition say? Huh? They are antagonistic like Shishupal or not like Shishupal? Not like Shishupal, yes. All the Vrajvasis have affection for Krishna. Even Jatila Kutila, believe it or not. Huh? But they think that, Jatila Kutila think that, oh, why Krishna is behaving in this way? Why is he eyeing upon our daughters-in-law? It is not good for his welfare. It will be a bad karma for him. That's what they think. Yeah. Therefore they are angry at Krishna. They chastise Krishna. They give gali to Krishna. That is the reason. Not because they don't give gali to Krishna like Shishupal does. They are angry at Krishna because they are affectionate and they are well-wishers of Krishna, and they think that, oh, Krishna being son of Nanda Maharaj, अरे आपका अपने बाप का नाम खराब करेगा ये ऐसा करेगा तो इसलिए वो ऐसा करते हैं. Therefore they are angry at Krishna, the in-laws. Another misconception acharyas remove. What is Balramji's disposition towards Krishna's gopis? It is like an elder brother. Just like Balramji is elder brother to Krishna, Balramji is like elder brother to Krishna's gopis also. Okay? Just like elder brother, what does he have? What mood he has? Mood of some friendship mixed with parental attitude. Whenever they are in danger, the attitude of protecting is there for elder brother. So similarly, Balramji, the same attitude that he has for Krishna, of little bit parental affection and a friendly attitude, same thing he has for Krishna's gopis. Balramji has his own gopis, that's a different set. But for Krishna's gopis, he has the attitude of having a tinge of parental affection, like fatherly affection for them, elder brotherly affection, for them. This is to be understood. All right. And I will take the last few 5-10 more minutes to quickly summarize the rest of the characteristics. One more characteristics is of Vraja, especially the conjugal love, is Parakiya Bhav. Jayo Jayo Jwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sara Parakiya Bhave Jaha Vrajete Prachara. Okay? So, this means that Parakiya Bhav is unique characteristic of conjugal love in Vraja. So, why this Parakiya Bhav? Gopis are Krishna's Sviya Shaktis, his own energies, right? Just like sun and sunlight. There is no need for sun to get married with sunlight, right? Whether sun and sunlight are married or not married, they are eternally connected. Similarly, whether gopis and Krishna are married or not married, they are eternally connected with each other. Sviya Shakti, they are Krishna's own energies. But then why Parakiya Bhav? So for 3 reasons that intensify the loving exchange between them. What is that? First is Badha. That means, in material world also, when you are told not to do something, the mind's tendency is to try it out, right? So when the society says, no, don't do this, there is a Badha. Then in a spiritual sense, the gopis' desire to serve Krishna becomes even more intensified. When there is obstacle, like when you pull the arrow further back, what happens? The potential energy, it becomes more stored, and when you release, that much is converted into kinetic energy, and the arrow moves swifter towards the target. So when the so-called in-laws, society is pulling the gopis back from Krishna, pulling away the arrow back away from the target. Immediately when the chance comes, very swiftly they go towards Krishna and serve Krishna's lotus feet. So, Badha. Second is Prachanna Kamukta. Durlabhata. Second is Durlabhata, rarity. When something is very rare, the heart naturally goes towards it, right? Think of some achievements which were very rare in your life. You remember them more than the others which were easily obtained, right? So similarly, Krishna is rare for gopis, gopis are rare for Krishna to obtain. So therefore, it increases the loving exchange. And finally, Prachanna Kamukta, hidden. When something hidden, it becomes more intense and grows more, right? Than something that comes to light, comes to the awareness. Yeah, something hidden that grows more and more and more. Like a lamp kept inside the house, burns very brightly. But when it comes out, loses its charm, right? In that sense. So this is all right. And finally, there is not even spiritual upadhi. We say sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatmena nirmalam. So in Gopi's love, there is not even spiritual upadhi to serve Krishna. Like in other cases, spiritual upadhi means I should have some spiritual pleasure from serving Krishna. Or my love is dependent on some spiritual upadhi. Yeah? So Gopi's love goes beyond even that. For them, their love defines their relationship. For other Vrajavasis, their relationship defines their love. For Gopis, their love defines their relationship. Because tomorrow, if somebody asks, who is Krishna to you, that you are claiming that Krishna is our, can Gopis give any answer to that, to the society? Can Gopis give any answer? Who is Krishna to you? They can't give any answer. They cannot say that he is our paramar. There is no such relationship accepted in the gentleman society. Yeah. So theirs is complete dedication without any expectation. Gopis. Yeah, they give themselves fully to Krishna without burdening Krishna with any responsibility. Yeah. When some girl marries Krishna, there is some responsibility. Hey, I am your wife. You have to do this for me. Yeah. Even in selfless married love, there is unspoken demands. Right? But unspoken paramar love, there are no demands. You treat us the way you want to treat us. Ashlishava, padaratam pinashtumam, adarshanan marmahatam karotuva, yatha tathava vidadhatu lampato. You may not even care for me. But mat prananathastu saeva napara. So with that, we will conclude. And all right. And finally, I will just take 2 minutes to our acharyas say, how do we get entrance to Vraja? How do we say? The icing part of the cake. How do we get the entrance to Vraja? First, Krishna Tadbhakta Karunya Matra Labhaika Hetuka. We have to constantly seek Vrindavan Krishna's mercy exclusively. Just like you want to make lot of money, then you have to invest in one particular investment, right? Anybody study economics here? Yeah. So, not that your money is scattered everywhere. If you want security, you have to scatter your money. But if you want intensity, the great returns, then you have to intensify your efforts and take all the risk. Is that true? Like, correct, na? Economically also, this is economics wise also. Yeah, so here you have to put all your money on one number. That is Krishna. Vrindavan Krishna. Yeah? And take all the risk to expect any huge returns. So that is one. And secondly, we have to have the blessings of acharyas who have dedicated their lives to glorify Vrindavan. Starting from Rupa Goswami till Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. So that is second thing. Without their grace, there is no entrance into mood of Vrajvasis. And finally, how does one follow Vrajvasis? So, Shri Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu says that after one has greed by the grace of Vrajvasis, the Acharyas, the Guru, the Vaishnavas, one has the greed, one spends one's time both in Shravan Kirtan and in Smarana. That means in mind also one thinks that one is in Vrindavan serving Radha Krishna, and outside also one serves the Vigrahas, serves the Vaishnavas, like that. Alright, so this is a short Seva Sadhaka Rupena Siddha Rupena Chatrai Tadbhava Lipsana Karya Vraja Lokanusarata. Keeping Vrajvasis as role models, he serves in physical body and mental body. Okay? And today is Rasa Purnima, so Gopis are the epitome of this Kevala Bhakti, Nirupadhi Bhakti towards Krishna. So it's our great fortune, by the grace of our previous acharyas, to discuss something about their love for Krishna and Krishna's love for them. So we pray today to have a glimpse of that understanding, and a glimpse of a desire to follow them in some way or the other, in some lifetime or the other. So with that we will conclude. Karantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Rasa Purnima Maha Mahotsav ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubhe Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Shri Kartik Maasa ki. So wish you all a very happy Krishna conscious, Radha Krishna conscious Kartik Maas. Hare Krishna.